Join the pack by clicking the link in the description down below and it'll take you to blackwolfnation.com. Use the discount code F1word at checkout to grab yourself 15% off. Hey guys, Sean here. Welcome to the F1 Word and to my German Grand Prix preview now following a cracking race at Silverstone and a Grand Prix packed full of drama in Austria. I'm sure we can all agree that we are hoping for much more of the same at Hockenheim this weekend, and I, for one, am so pleased to see the sport back in Germany. It is also the first of another back-to-back run with Hungary next weekend before the annual summer break, so F1 will be wanting to go out on a high. But before we delve too much into all of that, let's look back at the last German Grand Prix, which was held in 2016. Let's be honest, it wasn't exactly an absolute thriller, but it is a race best remembered for a dominant drive by Lewis Hamilton, a really decent scrap between Rosberg and the Red Bulls, which of course did see the German handed a penalty for forcing Max Verstappen off track at the hairpin. However, the 2016 German Grand Prix did see Daniel Ricciardo perform his now famous shoey celebration on the podium for the very first time. And the fact I felt the need to resort to that information kind of gives away what kind of race it really was. But it was Nico Rosberg who took pole position on the Saturday with a time of a 1:14.363. As I said there, Lewis Hamilton dominated the race and went on to victory. But it was a very good end to the weekend for the Red Bulls, with Ricciardo taking second place and Verstappen grabbing third. The Aussie also set the fastest lap on lap 48 with a 1:18.442. One man who will be hoping to build on his result from the last race in Silverstone is Sebastian Vettel. Going back to before the British Grand Prix, a lot of people, including myself, expected Mercedes to dominate that weekend. However, Sebastian Vettel was able to take full advantage of Hamilton's poor start, that incident between Raikkonen and Hamilton, and fought off the Mercedes pair to take victory and an 8-point championship lead. And having had a couple of weeks to think about it, I feel as though his win at Silverstone was actually quite a big moment for the season and certainly the championship fight. Yeah, of course, there's a long way still to go, and an 8-point lead is easily overturned, but it just felt like quite a big win for him and Ferrari. This weekend is obviously Seb's home Grand Prix, and so he will be hoping that the crowd will get well behind him and push him on to victory on Sunday. And as I've already touched on, with this being the first of yet another 2 back-to-back races, the next 2 weeks could well be season-defining. In terms of the track, the circuit length is 4.574 kilometres, which translates to 2.842 miles. There will be 67 laps on Sunday, and all that means that the race length is 306.458 kilometres, or just over 190.4 miles. When it comes to overtaking, there are a few good spots to have a go at. The first big braking zone at turn 2 is often seen as an opportunity, certainly early in the race at least. I suppose looking at the track map, turn 8 as well, although that does get very tight, and turn 12 is also possible, but it's quite risky due to how tight the track is through the stadium section, and it's not exactly the slowest of corners. However, without any doubt whatsoever, the best overtaking opportunity comes at the turn 6 hairpin. You've got that really long sweeping straight that leads all the way up to turn 6, and if you can nail the exit from 2, 3 and 4, drivers are going to be well set for a move. And I have to say, by the way, keep an eye on Daniel Ricciardo, because that hairpin is a prime spot for a dive bomb. But overtaking will once again be aided by a third DRS zone. Charlie Whiting confirmed the addition to Hockenheim, but also admitted that the extra zone at Silverstone did not help to increase the level of overtaking. He stated, "I don't think it actually helped. The idea was that the drivers might get a little bit closer than they would have done otherwise, and therefore be in a better position to attack on the straights between turns 5 and 6. I have to say, it didn't exactly throw out many overtaking opportunities, but it was great to see cars flying through those first couple of corners with the DRS wide open. And of course, that did lead to some mixed results over the course of the weekend. The new DRS zone for the German Grand Prix will run down the pit straight and is in addition to the zones between turns 1 and 2, as well as the one down that long straight between turns 5 and 6. In a bid to mix up the strategy a bit more than in previous races, Pirelli have again skipped a compound, taking the medium, soft and ultra soft to Hockenheim this weekend. We actually discussed this a little bit during Sunday's livestream, and the tyre choices made by drivers have thrown up a very interesting mix. Both the Mercedes and the Ferraris will be taking 7 sets of the ultra softs, with a mix of 4 and 5 of the soft tyres. Ricciardo will take 8 of the ultra softs, whereas Verstappen will just take 7. But again, they've mixed it up with a soft tyre as well. And through that midfield, it's a very similar story. Renault take the most of the ultra soft. They're taking 10 sets. Williams are taking 9, with Sauber, McLaren, Toro Rosso and Force India all taking 8. And the Haas boys have mirrored Ferrari and Mercedes by taking 7 sets each. On to my one to watch for this weekend then, and he had a very good weekend at Silverstone, qualifying 10th and finishing 7th, and that of course is Esteban Ocon. He's a driver who appears to have found his form again of late, and there's no denying that Force India, despite all the problems they've got off the track in terms of their finances, are definitely continuing to improve. Look, I make no secret of the fact that I do highly rate Esteban Ocon, and as this season has continued, he is again proving himself. But for this weekend, with that Mercedes engine in the back of his car, he should go well down that long straight, and although downforce will also be key, particularly in that final sector, I can see the Frenchman making some very good progress this weekend. And hopefully for him, and the team of course, picking up some very good points. It is also worth mentioning Haas, who will also go well with that Ferrari engine in the back, and of course therefore keep a very close eye on Sauber as well. Taking a look then at my predictions, and yes, again, I know that it's very early, but as I keep reiterating, it is just a bit of fun. Something for you guys to give me some real stick about at the end of race weekends. I'm going to say Lewis Hamilton for pole position, and I suppose you could say I'm hedging my bets a little bit as well by giving Vettel the win. I do think Hamilton will follow him home in second place with his teammate Valtteri Bottas just behind him. There has been a lot of talk lately about who has got the best car. Is it Mercedes? Is it Ferrari? I'm not 100% on it. There is a little bit of me that still thinks Mercedes have just got that edge over one lap, but the Ferrari edge it on race pace. But the tides are definitely turning in Formula 1. As for the rest of my predictions, we're going to go with 2 safety cars, I think. Let's say 5 retirements. And I think Sebastian Vettel may well take the fastest lap on Sunday. As ever though, those are just my predictions, but what are yours? Who do you think will take pole position on Saturday? Who will grab victory on Sunday? And which driver is your one to watch? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I will be back soon with more content as ever, and don't forget to join us throughout this weekend for a number of post-session live streams. In the meantime though, you can follow me on social media. Links to Twitter, Instagram, Facebook and to Discord are all in the description down below. I am obviously ending this video on a very somber note because 3 years ago today, F1 lost a real shining light and a future star after Jules Bianchi lost his long and brave fight against the injuries he sustained at the 2014 Japanese Grand Prix. I was, and frankly still am, such a huge fan of Jules, as I know so many are, and he will never ever be forgotten. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.